So hello and welcome back to Goomedee's Coins and Banknotes, and in today's video we're talking about the last of the paper $2 banknotes. So this will be just a little bit of a guide on values in 2026, and like any reference guide, this can be taken with your own research, and the prices of these banknotes are going to change over time because of inflation, and uncirculated banknotes from my research have actually kept up with inflation, so you should at least get your money back from whatever you get, unless it's a hyperinflated banknote, which like the German 1910 1000 mark has lost almost all of its value, and even uncirculated ones are not kept up with the actual gold price at the time. So these are green banknotes, and they replace the £1 banknote which was in circulation beforehand. So in 1966, £1 was equivalent to $2, and it helped with the actual conversion of currency. So the florin become the 20 cents, and the sixpence become the 5-cent coin. So the only ones that they really had to change was the half and 1 penny. So, but there was no equivalent for those. Okay, so this banknote was used until the 20th of June 1988 when they issued the $2 coin. So it's actually an Australian $2 coin is a bit weird because it's the same metal but it's smaller than the $1 coin. In general, when they issue different coins, most countries they issue them in which the smallest denomination of a metal is also the actual smallest coin. You'll probably say, oh, but American coins are not like that. Like, I don't have a 10 American cents, but we have a 5 cent and a quarter. Yeah, but this one was copper and nickel. That was always large. These used to be silver, so that's why there's a difference in the size. But also you can see them on, I've got some Danish coins here. Okay, got a 5 øre, that's a different metal, also the smallest, 25 øre. You can see that the 10 øre is a lot smaller than the 25, so that's generally how it goes. Okay, so the $2 coin replaced the banknote, but the banknote didn't go out of circulation in 1988. It would have probably existed until 1989, and a lot of these you can find in packs of 100. So here we have a set of 10 banknotes, so we've got 55 to 64. So that's a run of 10, and these in general cost 160. Like, I think I got these 10 years ago when they were about $10 each. So the price for these uncirculated ones has gone up. And you need to also check to make sure they don't have a centerfold. I see a lot of banknotes that are classed as uncirculated in general have a centerfold sometimes. So that's something that's hard to see on these banknotes. Okay, so this one has MacArthur, and all banknotes and coins on my channel are for sale, or they might be for sale. Just ask if you're inquiring about a certain item and I can let you know. Okay, so we have MacArthur and we have an animal, a sheep, a merino. So he was actually very important in the introduction of the merino in Australia in the 1800s, and that's why we have the sheep on there. We have ribbons around it, so maybe the sheep is dancing. And on these banknotes we have a letter. So here we have the back of the feet, and here's the udder, and here we have the letter H. So that's the actual plate number for this banknote, and not all banknotes have it. So just check if it's missing a banknote letter, then it doesn't mean it's an error, it just means that that series never had the banknote. Okay, the watermark is Captain Cook. And we have a center security thread. 2 signatures, Johnson and Fraser. So this was introduced in 1985. So there is no date on these banknotes, but we say it's 1985 to 88 based on the signatures. We have 2 in the corner. And you can see the actual back of the banknote has a pretty complicated pattern. Okay, these modern cameras, they just don't like to focus, not like the older ones. So here we have black for the actual print, his eyebrows, his eyes, and as you can see, the print blue lines go, or bluish green go all the way to the 2. So all these banknotes are standardized. Okay, on the other side of the banknote we have Farah, and he was important in the agricultural wheat production, and here we have some wheat. So these are the chaffs. So if you're going to eat wholemeal, you just grind up most of this and use it in bread, because a lot of the starch is what they actually use to make gluten, which is just 2 proteins that when combined together actually allow the bread to become stiffer and hold the actual gases that come out from the fermentation process. Then in the background you have Australia. We have 2 down there, and yeah, so it's pretty normal. And on this side we don't have any of the plate letters, so it's just on the other side of the banknote. Okay, so this is Mr. Farah. Look at his glasses, they're a bit small for his head. Anyway, so that's the basics of the $2 banknote. Now, I do remember using the $2 banknote back in 1988. That was to buy $1.20 Coke and a 60 cent, I think it might have been a daily concession ticket, because I was still in high school and still underage. Anyway, so here's the $2 coin that I replaced, and the initial mintage of this one is 160 million. So that was enough to actually replace all the banknotes in circulation. And here we have the banknote itself. So the designer is Gordon Andrews. And they also have legal tender in Australia. So Australia doesn't demonetize these banknotes, so you can still use these as a legal tender. Okay, it's 145 times 72.5 millimeters. And it makes it rectangular. And here's the catalogue number if you want to look up any of the catalogues. And there's a watermark. And the thing here is that doesn't tell you the actual issue, but this style of banknote, apart from the signatures, was first introduced in 1974 when they removed Commonwealth of Australia on it and just placed it with Australia. And then we have the last banknote. So Johnson Fraser, first prefix KRQ, so look for those. Last one LQG. So these first and last will be a lot higher, because in general we don't know what the first and last prefix is until well after they've been issued. Then you got some other ones issued for commemorative stuff, blah 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 blah. And also, so these were issued after they issued the coin, and you got first and last prefix of other dates as well. So okay, so as for stuff for sale, we have some banknotes are actually $7. So yeah, $7 is actually a good price, but the seller says that this note is in circulated condition with some light handling. Okay, so they're probably almost uncirculated, so that's why they are $7. And yeah, this is the actual banknote you're going to get. So that's good that he actually shows you the actual numbers you're going to get. But looking at the banknote, yeah, I don't see any problems. That's a problem when you actually look at stuff on the internet. You can't actually hold it and turn it and see if the light reflects any damage. So it's probably like flick tears and stuff like that. Well, you said there's no tears, but anyway, this one has, looks like X on the actual banknote itself. Okay, set of 10, $160. We have another set of 10, and that's sold for $100. But this one I'm looking at, this, okay, this one has a centerfold, so you can quite clearly see the centerfold in the banknote. Now it has some dirty stuff down here, but because it's on each banknote, except for the first, oh, it's also on the first one, I reckon that's just from the printing process. So that's just my guess, or it could be something like a counting machine. Okay, here we have one uncirculated for $10, and yeah, that might be a stock a stock image. Okay, here we have another 10, selling for $13, and these ones are, yeah, in mint condition, so obviously they're saying that they're uncirculated. So when someone says mint condition, it just means uncirculated as well. And yeah, these look good. They're probably just from, except for a little bit of edge wear on there. Looks like it on the sides, but that's probably basically because of the way it's been kept. Okay, here we have 5, 64, 21. Okay, that's probably United States. It's probably a little bit high. They probably brought it because they thought that this was too close to the edge. Okay, another one's, oh, that's another one for $7. Okay, let's have a look and see what they actually sell for. Okay, yeah, you can get well circulated ones for close to face value. These ones $7.50, but are they uncirculated? Okay, yeah, they probably are because they're still in sequence. So that one is probably what you're looking for. So $6 or $7.50. They lost money on that. Not worth selling it. Okay, we've got other ones. Okay, so you can see there's quite a lot of them. They're not actually a scarce banknote. Consecutive. Yeah, so just look around. At certain time periods, you can actually get them a lot cheaper. At some other times, you're going to get them a bit more expensive. So this one's $32 for free. $5 and $1 banknotes. $50, yeah, so for pretty much uncirculated, you're paying about $10. For a run of 10, you're paying $160. So it seems to be a bit more expensive then. Okay, 20 for 200, so you're paying probably about $15 for that. So there seems to be a run of 10 now is more expensive than a single banknote. So in that case, I prefer to just sell those 10 as one lot, then sell them separate for less money. Anyway, so I hope this helps you with your banknotes. Okay, so just remember, collecting banknotes is fun. And also, if you can't sell them, just go out and spend them. Why not? You're going to lose money, but who cares? Thank you and goodbye.